Hey there, Sagittarius friends. This is your intuitive money and career tarot reading for mid-January through mid-February. And there's a strong theme of completion, reward, and forward momentum coming through. If you're new here, welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you here. If you haven't already, take a quick second to like and subscribe so you never miss your 2026 spiritual and financial guidance. This reading highlights major accomplishments and the ability to enjoy what you've worked so hard to build. At the same time, balance and clarity are essential, especially when choosing which opportunities deserve your energy. With discipline, focus, and perseverance, creative and passion-driven efforts can lead to both independence and long-term financial security. If you're ready to see how this unfolds for you, let's dive in. Hey there, beautiful Sagittarius souls. If this is the first video you're seeing on this channel in 2026, let me take a quick second to wish you a very happy new year. Now, I've already asked for blessings for your reading, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull out all the cards all in one shot, and then we'll start to connect to the messages, all right? And just so that you know, your main messages will come from this deck. I'm using only the major arcana for that. So let's get into it. Sag, let me just place these here. You can see them better. I think that'll do it for you. All right, so let's see what you got here. You have the World, which is clarified by the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. We have the Balance card, which is really the Temperance card. And in this deck, it's known as Balance, all right? So Balance is Temperance, clarified by the 9 and 10 of Pentacles. And you have the Sun card, which is clarified by the 7 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. First and foremost, I want to say, Sagittarius, be proud of yourself, okay? As you've done what you have set out to do, whether that's related to your career or to your financial status and your financial situation, the World is a card of accomplishment, right? It's a card of celebration. It's a card of completion. It's the end of the major arcana. So, you know, the Fool can start a new journey, right? You take the numbers and you go all the way from 0 to 21 in the major arcana. So this is like an accomplishment here. You've reached the end of a cycle and now you're ready to start on a new cycle. And so I would just say to you, first and foremost, be very proud of yourself. Now, some of you maybe, you know, whether it means you want to find a job that makes you feel fulfilled, both spiritually and, you know, materially in terms of, you know, money, that's a possibility too. For some of you, you might have a side business or you work for yourself. in your career. And I would say that the world is telling us that you are taking it global, you're expanding, you're growing here, and maybe you are looking for more clients. You're certainly looking for your financial situation to remain as it is, because it is quite balanced here with this Six of Pentacles. I feel like you're really in a period where you're expanding, you're growing, you're looking at the bigger picture, right? That's what the world is too, is you're looking at it from the 30,000 foot view, and you're saying, this is the whole world, this is everything, this is the completeness of this situation, right? The entirety of something. And so, you know, maybe some of you have been working on a particularly tough project, you work for a tough company. Maybe you're trying to start your own business and that's been particularly tough, but you're actually doing it. You're growing, you're expanding, and rewards are arriving here for you. And I feel like this is really, it's a good month for you, this is a period of, say, mid-January to mid-February for this reading. So really be proud of yourself. And if it is that you're looking for something, when you're looking for something bigger, so let's say for some of you, you're looking to change your job or change your career, and you're looking to move, outside of your little local village or your local town, and maybe you're looking to go to somewhere else completely in the world, different place in the world. Maybe you're looking to go somewhere that you have never been before and you want to work there. I don't know, let's say that could be Dubai for some people, or it could be you're looking to go to Europe and work in Europe or something like that, all right? So I feel that too for some of you with this World card. I do feel like there's an offer here for somebody because of this Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor. It's, you know, if it's a relationship reading, it is about love, but something is being offered here to you in a finance reading or finance and career reading, right? This figure here, he's got a cup in his hand and he's holding it out as the offer. Do you want to take the offer? Is that offer good for you from a financial perspective? Is it going to bring you plenty of money? That's that Six of Pentacles saying, you know what, if you're going to move, you need to make more money because maybe the cost of living is more. Maybe you want to cover your expenses over there, and that's a lot more expensive than you've been used to. All right, so there's thought there to this offer and to this expansion into the greater world for with that Six of Pentacles, taking into consideration that you want to have more than enough to be able to be generous when you want to be or not, right? So I feel like you've worked hard and you're reaching your financial goals now, and maybe a time to also enjoy the fruits of your labor, all right? So perhaps some of you have paid off your debt, you found some security, or you know, you have some savings here, or you've made perhaps a large purchase that you saved up for, right? So give yourself a pat on the back for that as well, if that's your situation in your case. Take it how it resonates. This is a reading for the collective. I also kind of feel like you've finally gotten your career where you want it to be, perhaps. Or you feel comfortable where you are in terms of the leveling up of your career situation, all right? Perhaps some of you have even found your dream job. So I do also feel, though, that there's a comfort, and that comfort is both in where you are situated in either the place that you work, or if you have your own business, like feeling you're good where you are at, and also financially strong. You're in a nice financially strong position. Let's get into this second row here. This is balance or temperance. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. You might be in a really great position here, but I also feel like with these three cards, it's sort of, what do you feel you're up against this month? Okay, so you are capable of financial independence with this 9 of Pentacles. You're capable of being of being independent, right? The Nine of Pentacles is having a lot of money and being in a perfect environment for yourself. And in order to build that environment, you do require a little bit of self-control. That's the moderation of the Temperance. That's what Temperance brings to the table. It says you might need to compromise a little bit. You might need some self-control a little bit. You might need a little bit of moderation. So if you do want to make a change, you want to make a move, whether it's a career move or just you want to make more money financially, you have to maybe say to yourself, okay, how do I keep my expenses down? How do I moderate myself? Maybe I don't buy all this excess, stuff that we buy and we're ordering all the time from Amazon and all that stuff that we don't really need, right? It could be that. That could be the self-control and the compromise you have to make. Maybe you have to do that if you want to go to another part of the world and you want to work, because as I said, maybe now your living cost of living is going to be so much higher that you don't have all this spare money to spend, right, on this other stuff. So it'll be bare expenses, your bare minimum expenses kind of thing that you're looking at. And at the end of the day, you're trying to build something for your retirement, for your long-term wealth, right? Because you have that Ten of Pentacles. I also feel you're trying to level up here. This is part of the challenge, is that you want this and you're coming up against that. Well, if I want that though, it means I have to give up something else, right? So there's a bit of a sacrifice there that has to be made, and it could be as simple as, I want to eventually buy a house and I need a down payment, but in order to do that, I can't be going to the movies every week. Okay, this is where I'm coming from. All right, so you definitely sort of what you're up against here, Sagittarius, but you're certainly capable of doing it. And your approach, or what you have been doing, if you do want to make a change, needs to align with the new situation. So you might have to make some changes there. As I say, you might have to make some sacrifices in order to align yourself for some long-term stability, for some long-term sustainability, right? For your security, right? Yeah, so I just think that you're trying to restore the balance, right? Whatever that might mean for you. Maybe if you are not looking to leave, let's say you're not looking to get out and you're just looking to, keep working your own same job. There's still that element there of balance, right, to be had. There's still that element of misalignment in the Temperance card, that, in other words, maybe you're not as stable in your situation anyway, but you're still seeking at the same time the retirement, the independence, being able to have a nice pot of money so you can decide when you can retire. I do feel though, we get into this Sun card, this Seven of Cups, we get into this Nine of Wands. You're feeling very optimistic that you will restore the imbalance, or you will get on track towards your goals. There is success in that Sun card. There's recognition, there's enthusiasm, and success. It's all bright light shining down for you there. So I feel like, there's abundance, recognition is possible, but just to be wary of overextending or potentially chasing too many choices, right? Making the right choices will bring that Sun out for you, okay? So thinking about your choices, giving them good consideration, not making unrealistic choices, right? And sort of just emphasizing here for you that this change, either this going global if it's your business, this really completing things and making more of a pot of money for yourself in your retirement, building that perfect environment for your future, your long-term future, money, career, finance, whatever it is, that you are going to persevere. You're going to continue to make steady gains here, and that you are pushing through, right? I'm getting a message here. What are they telling me? I don't think this will be for everyone, but I have to give it anyway. They're advising me that it's for somebody you need to listen carefully to your work peers. I don't know who that's for. I'm going to give it to you because I have to put it out there. I think that those work peers, they have some good advice for you. And so if you're not paying attention to these people, sometimes people talk at us and we're just like, yeah. But somebody might be giving you some nuggets of good information or some good advice. And so if you're not really paying attention, you're going to miss that. So I'm just putting that out there. As I said, that's not really for everybody, all right? But some great success attainable for you, my friends. Just saying, you know, a little discipline might be needed, as I said. A little discipline, a little self-control, a little moderation, maybe a little bit of compromise to be made, but in order to achieve those long-term goals of yours. All right, Sag, that's where I'll leave it, and I hope something resonates. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll see you again very soon. Till then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.